So Ramraj, this is a segment we have in Decoding Impact where we ask you a set of rapid fire questions.
And if I don't know the answers, I should just say I don't know. Is it what?
These are of least consequence whatsoever. So please don't worry.
Let me go. One skill or talent you've always wanted to learn, but you haven't had the chance to do yet.
I don't know, yaar. I was always very bad at statistics. I always wished I had a more quantitative approach to a lot of the work I did. I could use numbers, but I was not very good at stats. So I think something that I always wanted to be good at.
What excites you about impact investing in finance?
What impact investing does is it tries to bring the discipline of financial markets to that impact being created on ground. And I think if we are able to combine both, now it can be it's a killer combination. So how do you kind of do this left brain, right brain together is really what is the most powerful thing about impact investing.
If there's a young professional entering the impact space today, what is the one thing that you tell him that they should absolutely focus on?
I think they should absolutely focus on scale. An excessive form of self-righteousness because you're doing some good work has to be tempered with an understanding you will truly live up to your potential when you do this at scale.
Brilliant point. What is the one mistake that you did early in your career that really shaped the way that you look at your work and your professional, approach overall?
I think I was a bit of a micromanager perhaps, and over a period of time, I kind of learned that I should spend a lot more time in finding the right people and then letting them loose. And I think that's been my biggest sort of learning overall.
If there is another person who's looking to build an entire market like you did with IIC and so on, which is a big tent, what is the one quality you think that person should have for them to succeed?
Patience. So the world is changing, India is changing, and we have to have the humility because most people who come from the financial market side are used to working on things where you see the outcomes pretty soon, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Here you're trying to create something at a very different. You need to have the wisdom to realize that it's a big boat. And while everyone has good intention, moving that boat can take time. But once you move that boat, I think impact is something that generations ahead is going to feel.
If there was one job in the world you can take up right now, what would that job be?
So I think, if we had a green finance bank in this country, supporting and catalyzing a variety of innovations to build the infrastructure for green financing in India
is the most challenging and the most exciting job that I can think about today.
Last question. If you were to become the finance minister of India for a day, what is the one change you will actually make?
That's a good one. I think financing for social impact is something which does not enjoy too much of institutional backing. It's a bunch of guys doing their own thing in very excited, energetic ways. But if I was the finance minister, I would try to scale up that space.
Ramraj, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Pleasure.